Guess what time it is? It's time for the DAUGNE show. It's called DK's Way. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. Hey, what's cracking, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's time. Y'all like that, huh? I was off that kush when I thought of that shit. Welcome to DK's Way. I am your host, Miss DAUGNE, comedian DAUGNE Keith. Check out my comedy. Go to YouTube, type in my name. Not this one. I have other YouTubes, okay? You know how black people are. We got 3 or 4 YouTubes. Whichever one get the most followers, that's the one we mess with. Y'all, we got a real show tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in every week. If you have any questions, any thoughts, email me at D_IMP, P like pimp, RESS at yahoo.com. That's D_IMPRESS at yahoo.com. Tell me your thoughts. Ask me some questions. I might talk about you on DK's Way. I might. Y'all, I got a full panel tonight. I lightened it up a little bit tonight. We talking about some real shit. We talking about women being more aggressive sexually. And really predominantly amongst black people, but really just women in general in every relationship, and just naturally on the streets, you just see women being way more aggressive than they should be. And we're going to talk about it today. Okay? On my panel tonight, to the left of me, I got my true and blue, Miss Tony Taylor in the building.
What's up? How y'all feeling? Good evening.
Right, and next to Tony Taylor, on the left of her, I got my homeboy. We go back like, we go back to Methuselah. I got Deshaun Ross, the very funny and talented comedian.
What's up, y'all?
Yes, he got his hair like mine tonight. I'm gonna go
hers is longer though.
And rock my shit like Donnie tonight, nigga.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo.
You got the black hole going on.
You can braid your beard though. See, you got the true blue
Next
protocol in the building.
Woo.
And also on my panel tonight, I brought in the ologist, Mikael. He is my ologist. He's here from One Stream TV representing. And y'all can watch the show on One Stream TV. You know, YouTube be holding back views. So you can't go over there too. You can stay here or go over there. We got 2 things going on right now. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, let's get into this shit. Go on and put up the first image. Put up the one with a chick holding up the dude on the fence. Let's talk about it. Because, now, let's talk about aggressiveness.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what kind of games they play in the bedroom. Clearly some games being played.
Oh, yeah.
And he might get, what was the girl on my show talking about that time said that men are into getting pegged. That's what she said, pegged.
Peg.
Yeah.
Yes,
What does
pegging.
that mean?
Oh,
that
you
means
don't know
that
that?
they want to be your biatch. That they want to be...
They want to be the man.
No, they
The
want
woman
to be the bitch.
wants to be the man.
No, she wants to be the man.
Yeah,
And the
but
man wants to be the
because
bitch.
he said the man want to be pegging. So he's talking about the man's behavior.
Yeah.
Well, he has on skinny jeans for first of all, so it looks like
And no socks.
that makes good.
Yeah, those are some skinny jeans. And his shoes ain't cool either. Let's just talk about it. Girl, your dude might be trying to
What's
tell
he
you
sitting
something.
on?
He ain't sitting on
She
nothing.
got him.
He hanging on
She
to the
get-
gate.
she got him.
That is a thigh grip.
She don't even look that strong.
No, she
He's
don't.
holding
Maybe
himself
he's a
on the gate.
gymnast.
You know that is all posturing there. Because if that was real life, he's not hitting nothing.
No.
He's not making the bonanza.
I'm still like, he's holding his finger. First of all, holding the fences anyway is hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah, that hurts.
She don't look that stout to be holding no dude.
And
Right.
you used to be a trader, so
Exactly
you
what I'm
know
saying.
these-
Right.
Nah, that don't look right. That's got to be Photoshop.
It's staged. I think.
Maybe, yeah, I was gonna say maybe
He's
so.
clamping on her hips there. He's using his knees to clamp on her little hips so he can stay
Squeezed
up.
in.
So
Yeah,
he got some
squeezed.
stomach muscles.
Does he though?
But listen to
That's
the
weak.
aggressive way in which she
Oh,
is
yeah.
like bitchifying him. Like,
And the way he's not even
Allowing
allowing
it.
it, he's accepting it. It's
Yeah, oh yeah,
happy
he's
to do
open.
it.
He's
so
open.
fellas,
His mouth is wide open.
let
Yeah.
me ask you this, fellas. Now, do you think it's more men or women on the planet right now?
It's more women.
It's definitely more
I know
women.
you guys would say that, so I went digging and I did some research. Right now, there are 2 more men on the planet than women.
Wow.
Are you sure?
2.
Worldwide. Google
Oh,
it on your
worldwide.
phone.
Okay.
Right now.
Wow.
You said on the
2.
planet.
Worldwide. There were a lot of boys born,
There's a lot of states that have women outnumber men though.
but let's factor
That's the only
in.
ones I go to. That's why I pay attention to that.
Yeah, well, there are places where there are hot pockets of more females than males.
Okay.
I did some intensive research, got into it with my best friend over, because she was like, fuck that bitch. It's more women than men, because niggas be out here tripping. Those were her words.
That doesn't mean.
Well, yeah. We just assume
To be
because
out
we
here
always see.
saying what she meant. You know, it's woman speak.
Yeah.
But,
That's funny.
you know, bitches.
We always see more women at the club.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
because they man is at home, like, I ain't going nowhere.
Or they don't have a man.
Or
I
they
think-
multiple men.
They were just saying that the other day how if women outnumber men. Now I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying they were saying if women outnumber men, then and they expect everybody to be with one person. They're like that's actually technically selfish if you're not in a poly relationship because that means so many women will be single because there's not enough men to go around.
Now, let's talk about men having more than one woman in a woman in a relationship. That gets expensive, brothers.
Oh, yes.
You watch that show, Sisters Wives?
I mean, if you got it, why
You
not?
got it, yeah. If you got it,
Nick.
brothers is trying to have polyamorous relationships when they broke. So I can imagine.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon is the king
chicks
of
wanna
that.
roll with you, if you broke, then who am I to judge?
They be like, you got some good hair. Let me braid your hair. I will come over. We go braid your hair. We'll grease your scalp.
Right.
It used to be if you dick them down good, that kind of lasts a little bit longer.
That only lasts so long. They want that eventually.
Digmatization
Yeah.
is a cloud.
Yeah.
The fog lifts. Digmatization.
Oh my God.
My allergies. Digmatization only lasts as a victim of former digmatization.
Right.
Once the fog lifts, you like this.
Where
shit
is the
ain't
money?
Shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing going on but the
This is
rent,
like-
right?
And, okay, this is a woman with a mortgage. Clearly. See, ain't
Clearly.
nothing going on with the rent. No.
We need some funds.
See, here's the problem. See,
Okay.
you guys have equated money. What you're really looking for is security.
Yeah.
What you're
Yeah.
really looking for is stability.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah.
And so
I
since
agree with
now
that.
you just equated money to replace those two things. Like if you had security, here's the thing: is that men are missing out. When women have security, you know, if you look at the chakra, the first chakra is security. You know,
That's
it's
right.
down to the primal instincts. Once a woman has security, then she can blossom, she can shine, and men aren't providing that security.
Absolutely,
So
I
now they
agree.
just want you to
That is the
give you
first
the
time I agree with
Yeah, I agree, Mike. Security and
Yeah, so now you just
can-
want the money. Because that's like temporary,
Security.
fake security. It's
Let's
security.
break
Well-
down security. What is security, woman, to you?
Ooh.
security is definitely, I mean, being able to provide, you know, it could be my bills, it could be the mortgage, it could be different things. So for me, it would be, security would be like long lasting. So if I'm retired, it may be my security of retiring.
Okay, I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate
Okay.
right now and disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I think security is knowing that he has my back.
I was going to say
That I am in his
Yep.
world. That I am the only one that he is concerned with keeping happy if there's another bitch.
loyalty. Loyalty.
Oh, you're talking
If
about
there's
loyalty,
another bitch
not
out there,
finances,
you
not
go.
finances.
But yeah, I'm talking
Not
about
finance.
security. What is security to you? Because he was talking, finance to me is something like Michael said, the money's going to come, but you want to know that you have the security of knowing this is your man.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the house.
Yeah.
He's taking care of business.
Yeah.
You know, that's security to me. What is security to you? How old are you, Deshaun?
Security sounds like protection to me.
Okay.
Like that. I mean, when I think of security, like when I go to the club, there's security to pat us down,
Right,
make sure
right.
we're safe.
Right.
So if I'm keeping you safe, I mean, it just if you just say, "Hey, can you provide security?" I'm like, "Yeah," but like in which form? I would ask.
Right.
So if you want financial security,
Right.
do you want protection security?
Emotional.
Yeah,
just all
emotional.
these
Yeah,
things.
sure.
So
There's different types. There's different types.
yeah, so
Yeah, there's definitely different
I
types.
would
of
definitely say
security.
that, and it's just like you gotta ask people. Oh, I saw this. Oh,
Yeah,
I
one
would
at a
say
time.
find out which one she's talking about because she might go, "Can you provide security?" And you thinking she wants protection security, and she talking about financial security. And then like, how much security do you want? Like for you, like some chicks might be like, "Oh, I need my nails done." It might be all of my bills, and I'm like, "Well, I didn't create all of your bills." I took care of a chick before, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever do that again. I don't ever do that again.
Why?
Like, I feel like I lost because now, granted, we was in a bad spot and all this stuff, but like I was doing everything, and
That's a lot of pressure. For
It is.
one
I
person.
wasn't even like I couldn't even go out and be funny no more because I was so like. I'm providing for the house. I buy the groceries. I'm cook. Like, what are you here?
What
are you
was,
literally
so she
here?
wasn't doing anything.
Not a nair, nothing. So one time she tried to play this game, huh?
Yeah, but
was
did you
decent at
enjoy
best.
it?
As
though,
it
'cause
did.
you-
Okay, Kevin Samuels.
One at a time. He said it was
He's
decent.
at best.
Did you call it?
It was no. So like I remember one time she I was fussing like, "Yo, I'm tired of coming to the house. It looks bad." Like,
Oh.
Yeah,
so
you
she-
gotta clean up. If you
Absolutely.
ain't working, bitch, clean.
She I walk in. She goes, "You didn't say anything." I was like, "About what?" She was like, "Look at the tub. It's clean." I said, "Oh, you want to play that game?" I no joke. I literally walked her in the kitchen. I said, "You see all this food? You didn't say anything about that." I said, "You know it's raining. Has it touched you?" I touched her head. She said, "No. Why would you say that?" I said, "Because there's a roof over your head that I paid for, but you didn't say anything about that." Then she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to play this game with you." Yeah, because I'm not that guy. Like,
Because you're winning.
what are you providing to my life? Now at this point, I'm like, you do nothing.
Yeah, woman has to be.
And if a woman's gonna
something.
be aggressive to her man about certain things, like you ain't doing this, you ain't providing this, you ain't doing that, and you broke, because women, I think, take away the sexual attraction that the man has for them by that nagging shit,
Sure.
and nagging about things like the bailiff that killed his wife sexually. Because remember we talked about it last week. There was a bailiff that was on TV that killed his
Yeah.
the ball head.
wife. Yeah, but they got into it over sex. She was very, I guess, mad at him for taking steroids.
Allegedly.
And, allegedly, and things wasn't,
Working.
so.
He
Bro,
wasn't on his
man,
A game.
not at all.
He was on his lower A game.
No, he was on his
Lowercase.
Beta or
No, F.
yeah, he was down there. He was down there with Hades.
That's
his
crazy.
game. But it's just like you have so many people aggressive towards, like Mike, what you was talking about that made me do the show. About the woman being sexually aggressive, and when she didn't get her way, it was just all negative from that point on.
Well, I mean, you got to look at what's happened in the last decades. We go from pre-millennial to women like, oh yeah, can you satisfy me? I don't really want to talk about it till we get into the 2K, and it's like, okay, I don't want to be a minute man. I don't want a minute man. I need satisfaction. So, and then they talk about they want some head and they want some oral sex. So they got real vocal. They got like their mouths start to talk about what they wanted.
Absolutely.
And so we had to provide security sexually. And there was a lot of men that didn't foot the bill type of thing.
Now,
So-
Deshaun, did that take away from your sexual relationship with her?
Absolutely.
Doing all that, it just turned you off completely.
It wasn't that I was doing everything, it was that she was doing nothing that turned me off. Like, so the fact that I come home and you're in the same spot as when I left, you know how irritating? I don't know if anybody's ever seen that before. I used to see, my mom would get mad. Like, and I didn't get it until I got older. I'm like, yo,
Till you
did you
got
even
your
go out the
own-
house?
Yeah.
There was days like she didn't even go outside. I was like, you didn't check the
Wow.
I'm depressed because you didn't see the sun. You even went outside at all today. That's disgusting.
She had it good.
Son,
She had it
She didn't leave
really
the
good.
house. And then it would be like now I'm finding reasons to stay out. I would why I have to do this, right? I got to go check my account at the ATM right now. You can do it from your phone. No, I got to go to the ATM just because I can be out and like, oh my gosh, I hate being around you.
Was she withholding at any point?
You know what's so funny? Even when we did, it was like, yeah, done. Okay, get off. Don't touch me. Don't look at me.
It was more like a duty to you.
Yeah, both
roommates.
I didn't like it.
It began to be a roommate situation.
It was hard. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. And I think that's why I did this show too, because women don't realize the pressures we put on our men. Yeah. And I did this because black men in general have a lot to deal with on a day-to-day, just being black, just walking down the street, just driving their cars. It's like, so the added pressure of us just
in his ear.
And you want some dick after that. It don't work that way because now he looking at you like, bitch, you just took my peace away.
Yeah. And it seems like from what I hear, men, that's the main thing is peace. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Peace in the home. They don't want to nag.
Keep his dick hard.
You'll work harder for you if she keeps you peaceful.
Peace.
Like,
and encouragement.
Have you seen a bad chick, like look-wise, with a dude, and then they always like, I can't believe he cheated with her. She's yeah, but you know what she doesn't do?
You don't know the backstory.
She doesn't annoy me. She might be busted, but I can just literally relax. I don't care. After a while, looks is looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that piece is major.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way we determine the difference between a boy and a man. See, boys will like, okay, she looks good. Damn, she got fat ass, and we'll put up with the annoyance.
For
a man be like, but a man be like, damn, I'm tired of that shit.
Male versus man.
When I come in at the house and I'm dealing with all that bullshit, when I enter that door, I want oasis.
Yeah. Yes.
As it should
tropical. Be. I'm not saying you gotta have the food ready and everything.
It just gotta be.
I just yes.
Yeah.
And I want you to get out the house. And I want you to tell me about your day and the exciting things you did that day. And like, damn, I left and that dish was there and now there's 3 or 4 dishes and the damn shit you ain't moved. Like, goddamn.
Kind of flyer on it.
That's how our mother.
Ladies, y'all hear that? You hear this is coming from the men on the panel here.
Like, now I have done like what's it called? Like where I was with 2 girls at the same time, like lived together. But this is right after the bad one, so but they made it so happy to come home, and
you had 2 different vaginas to choose.
I mean that was awesome too. But I mean, like literally, they were just like they would always smile, like hi, like it's good to see you. And I was
were
like,
they black?
Of course.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, you can't say of course.
I said that so
you can't say of course.
Didn't say that.
You can't assume that.
But this is what I love.
Okay.
That's what I love. Won't he do it?
Won't he will?
2 of them.
Women say they don't want no menage a trois.
That's not true.
I mean the shit, but there are those out there.
Millennials.
Hey, listen, call them what you wanted. It was amazing. And I'm not just talking about sex. It like literally like just.
It was a peaceful act.
Even when we would. Like, there was one who was very sensitive, and then the other one wasn't so sensitive, but she could see what I was saying, and the sensitive one would take it wrong, and she would be like the liaison between, and then would like.
She was the in between.
Yeah, and it made it better.
Lay down and touch each other.
Because you might say something, and
she was the ally.
Some women take it to heart, like that's not what I was saying though, and she would go, "Oh."
Well, what he really means is.
I mean, because I said what I meant.
We all misunderstand, especially if you're not looking.
How long did that last?
That was going on for a long time.
But if you're not looking at a person when they're speaking to you and you're just still trying to talk while they're talking, nobody's going to get their point out. Nobody's going to be heard. But if you're listening to what a person's actually articulating to you, if they're snapping back at you, that's because they're on defense about themselves.
So they're listening to respond, not listening to hear you.
Yeah, and I tell people that all the time. Stop listening to rebuttal me. Listen to hear me, not rebuttal me, because everything isn't for rebuttal.
Right.
Sometimes you're just making a blank statement.
Oh my gosh. And I think a lot of times, I only deal with women, but you can say something to her and show, well, this is what you meant. No, it's not. I meant exactly what I said. Well, here's what I heard. Again, I said exactly what I meant or what I want. You can't, don't interpret. Just hear it. It is what it is.
And what I found about men is, ladies, that men say exactly, as a barber for 15 years, I heard a lot of men talk about relationships. I seen them come in the morning. Y'all have heard me say this many times. Come in the morning with one woman, come in the afternoon with another one with her kids, and come in the evening with their wife and kids. And I gotta play like I ain't seen this nigga all day every time.
It's good to see you. For the
Why
first
you got
time.
3 different lineups today? I don't know, but you know.
Hey, but they fed your pockets.
Right. I'm just pretending like I'm cutting his hair again. This
Not my
bitch
bad.
like, you ain't noticed all that hair on the back of his neck? You ain't noticed his ears ain't got no hairs in them, nothing?
That's funny.
But, but I saw the effects of what a good relationship can be. I saw the effect of what a man who is handling his household and 2 other ones can be. And I also saw the effects of a nagging wife, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying it's cool, ladies, by no means. Men cheating, having more than, whatever they can handle or whatever their lifestyle is. I'm just saying that black men deal with a lot, and the last thing we need to do is add to their struggle. It's hard enough being a black man, and I listen to these brothers tell me this. They get tired of hearing that you can't do anything. You can't go to work. You can't do that because of the kids doing this. But I think we need to start making rules when you get into a relationship from day one. Like, as soon as you start dating, I'm a firm believer in asking hard questions.
Oh, betting.
Yeah.
You have
You
to
have
bet.
to.
You have to.
Because everybody is not going to do what you want them to do. Everybody's not going to change with you. Some people are going to be more difficult than others. Why? I don't know.
Everybody's different.
Because everything ain't an argument. Everything isn't for rebuttal. Sometimes, like you said, you like your house a certain way when you come home. Ronald, you live with your woman.
Yeah, I do.
How many people are single here?
I had to think about it.
You're
Like,
not
am I
single.
Yeah, I ain't
Not
married.
married.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ain't no
How
ring
many
on my
people are
finger.
with someone then?
That's so
You
funny.
practically married. You
live
live with
together?
somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you on the cornerstone.
Oh,
You on the cusp.
yeah.
But he's not married, so
You
he's
can't
still
walk in the house with
single.
no other woman.
I was gonna say that.
Or maybe he could.
Now, is she more sexually aggressive than you?
You know what?
Yep.
I'll try to make this brief. At the moment, she would probably say yes, and I would probably agree. But I think the roles reverse. In my case anyway, as you get older, because when we were younger, because I've known this person over 11 years. Okay. When we were younger, I was the more aggressive one. And now, 11 years.
So she's probably at her sexual peak if she's in her 40s or 50s.
Oh, she's
Way past that.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's in her.
She wants it every day.
She's in her.
If she could have it, yeah.
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 She's past
Yeah.
menopause
She could
then.
have.
She's not
Gotta
have to
get
go
it
through the
together.
hot flash.
Yeah, because most women between 45 and 60 are hot to try. They ready to break it down. That's why there's so many young women with older women right now, because they can fuck without
Young
pregnancy
men.
scares.
Young men.
Yeah, young men with older women. They can, they don't have to worry about pregnancy. They ain't got to worry about her being broke, most cases.
Yeah.
They ain't got to worry about her being homeless or staying with somebody, most cases.
But they may have to worry about hot flashes.
Oh, they gonna have to worry about them.
Don't worry about that.
They're fans for that.
I was gonna say, keep one of these little fans.
Right.
Air
I said,
conditioning.
go in the other room. It's air conditioning.
It's full blast.
And as you get women get older, and correct me if I'm wrong, the testosterone levels rise in the women.
Yeah, that's why I
You
said
know,
little hair.
and thus they become a little more aggressive in that department than the men, because the
Yeah,
men, when
that's
they
why
get older,
flawless
it goes
making
down.
money,
Yeah. Right?
So, do you think, Mikael, that women are more sexually aggressive? You're a single black man.
I think it's probably a little bit more than half. You have more women that are coming up to men. Hey, I think you're cute. What you doing?
Well,
As an alpha male, how does that
I
make you
mean,
feel?
more than was 20 years
Okay.
ago, way more than it was 20 years ago.
I think she has to. I think
I don't think
a lot of them have
I call it
to.
assertion with women, with men. I
Assertion,
Call it aggressive.
right? Because I think she has to at this point. Because a lot of men don't want to have that.
That
You know, they don't want to be.
Rejection.
Well, they don't want to have rejection, and so
They're more
from what I've heard, it would behoove women to sometimes make the move.
okay.
That's
back to you and then
in
you.
dating.
Well, what I'm saying is
He's
that
like, yeah.
men have been kind of programmed to be more voyagers now, to just look at women. And women have upped their
The
appearance
internet
game.
porn.
Yeah, up their appearance game. So now we're in the street now, and a lot of men are just looking with, dang, you know. And so they're not going to actually approach women like they used to.
Right.
And so that's why I think a lot of the reasons why women are more aggressive is because men have become more passive. And the men have started the more passive behavior first, and women are like, well, goddamn, I still want dick, so I got to go ahead and make the move.
And the Me Too movement didn't help.
That's
I
what
mean,
was
really,
gonna
it
say.
didn't.
Okay.
I was gonna say I don't think like rejection. We've been getting rejected since we was little kids, so you kind of get numb to it. It's no, whatever. Some, not all dudes.
Yeah, most of them say,
Yeah,
fuck you.
yeah. That's. I'm not talking about this. Because if I try to get at you and you say no, I'm like cool, and I'll still tell you, hey, you're still beautiful. Have a good day. Because you was beautiful enough for me to approach.
Right.
I think what is scaring dudes off now is the Me Too movement, all this, and it's also a ploy. They're trying to go. Men are just what's the word they're using? We're two men. I can't think of the word.
Gay.
No, you're two men. Toxic masculinity.
Oh, masculinity.
So anything that you do that's supposedly what a man was, it was toxic masculinity. So we had to like, dudes are like, yo, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to offend you. I'm not trying to. It's sexual harassment. I'm like, all I said was
These are
beautiful.
the same women walking around with their booty cheeks hanging out of jeans
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah.
So women have to do
Tease
that
out.
though. I think.
Yeah.
And then I don't think anything's wrong with like approaching a man saying, hey, like he said, I think you're cute or something like that. Like there's a boundary, you know what I'm saying? Just don't come up and start grabbing on me though. I've had that happen.
Grabbing your meat.
Because if I do that, I'm going to jail.
Hi.
No, it actually happened. She grabbed me. I was like, hey.
Wow.
Oh no,
That's
she's
the
sizing you
comedian.
up off the top.
It was at the remember it used to be the Universal Amphitheater.
Yeah.
Oh, up there,
Yeah.
up there. That was a long
I
time
don't
ago.
know. I just said it used to be because I'm not
Yeah, yeah, that
It's
was a
there,
while
it's
back.
still there. They changed the name to something.
Oh, that's probably why I said
Yeah, it's still the amphitheater. I just went and saw something there not too long ago.
But yeah.
But that's crazy. So she just grabbed your junk.
Yeah, like I was walking around the corner, grabbed
See,
it.
I've never been that aggressive. The most
Yeah, that's-
aggressive I've been is I've said hi to somebody.
That's
That's
it.
not
For,
even
that's it
aggressive
for
to
me.
That's like,
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was
Yeah, I
hard to
get it.
say hi. It was like,
I get that though.
hi.
I mean, I think it's cool too if a woman speaks. Not because it's not. Maybe I just didn't recognize you yet. So it's not that. No, it's not. It's not disrespect.
But men
If I'm-
don't
if
pay
we-
attention
If we
to the
talking like
signs.
this, and some of y'all signs are not that open though.
No, we're
If she
very
goes like
shy.
this, I don't know what that means.
We don't.
When I'm on my A game,
Yeah.
I can see the signs. I'm very intuitive, and I have been aggressive based upon my intuition, and I haven't been wrong. Now, the comment on the Me Too movement, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant than I was back 10 years ago because I'm like, oh, I got an instinct. I think she's going for me, you know, and I make the first move of the kiss and she's accepting. You know, I'm not going to be, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try to have like, can I wiggle in a little bit before I actually make the move?
It's more thought that goes into it now than it was before.
I can't just be instinctual.
And
Yeah.
R. Kelly changed it for a lot of brothers too in the industry.
Yeah, no, it's so it is scary. You got to think
It is
about that
scary
stuff more now.
because I mean, well, I can't even explain that. I mean, it's just too much hearsay and too much. You know, you just don't know. But he got 30 years for something.
Okay.
We saw the piss
Yes, we
video,
did.
so
Yeah.
we know
We
about
did.
that.
And
Oh no, but he was innocent on that thing.
No, he was pissing.
That was
I just said he didn't get found guilty
Yeah,
on
that
the
was-
kids
that was
video.
crazy.
That was amazing to me how he
Wow.
got away with that. But then here it is, these same women a few years later that he was pissing on are accusing him of keeping them under lock and key. And these are the same chicks. And he married the one he pissed on, I think.
Really?
He married the young one.
The little 14 or
Whatever
whatever.
she is.
Allegedly.
Well, he was with him all,
Allegedly.
though, supposedly.
Yeah, I never knew
he
that.
had a very he had a harem.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
I
my
did
thing
that.
is-
a
there
harem
should
of
be-
pissy harem.
There should be a lot more people in jail with him though too. That's what
Absolutely, I agree with
Bunch.
you. Yeah.
And
Is Harvey Weinstein in jail?
No, he's out.
He's
but
on.
but
Yeah.
He's on.
But R. Kelly
doing the second
he's on
trial now.
though.
he's on trial now.
Second
He's
trial.
gonna do some time.
He's going to jail.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
do a
do
Smith.
He ain't never getting. He ain't never
do
getting
some
out.
time.
9 years ago, wasn't it?
He's gonna do some time.
His-
It's been a minute, but it ain't been for. He's going to jail.
Yeah.
But he's a elite.
He's not going to go to
R.
jail.
Kelly
You don't think so?
R. Kelly's not elite.
R. Kelly wasn't elite.
But he's
R. Kelly
he's-
had money.
he's this
an
an elite.
entertainer, but yeah, he's not an elite like them.
Okay, like Kanye.
See, you
Okay.
trying to start something,
You
Mike.
trying to? We gonna have that's a whole different.
No, is he? No, I
We
want to know, is
gonna
Kanye
take a
elite?
quick break on that note.
$1 billion is elite to me.
Geologist said it.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna come right back with some more on DK's way. Y'all stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
And now for something completely different.
Here, look at this now. What, girl? Cause he over there, fed on Sister Betty with her off-been digging ass. I can't stand her. She going to hell. You can smell it from a mile away. Girl, you would not believe who I ran into. No, not that. You know when I used to whoop her ass in the dance contest back in the day. Cactus ass Sally. I can't stand her. Look at her. This ain't over. This ain't over. Pandemic ain't stopping nothing. I see you again. I see you again.
Brought to you by Cannabis and Comedy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
In recognition of great African American achievers, this Black History Month, let's bring our A game.
Welcome back to DK's Way. If you're just tuning in, every month is Black History Month. That's why I played that A-Game commercial. It's not about February being the shortest month. Our history is so long, it goes back to the beginning of time. We just like that. Like this shirt, black. Yeah, but if y'all just tuning in, we talking about sexually aggressive women. We talking about our relationship shit and the stuff we been through. You know, like her pegging him up against the fence. His arms look deformed to me still, but yeah, I don't know. Now, we had to interrupt Michael as we left because he was on Mikaelologist rant. Michael, you had something to say. Go ahead and say it.
Well, this whole transference of behavior, this has been going on for decades. You know, while we had the whole Tyler Perry movement that really was like its height in 2007, which was the strike.
What movement is that? The titties in Medea, or
dress,
just all the corny marriage movies?
Men are being more accepted for acting feminine. Like they're not
That's
actually,
interesting.
you know, pushing, and they're not being critical, or not being, you know, in your face. They're finding a way to communicate that's acceptable, and they're saying if you present yourself in this fashion, we will not, you know, have any deterrence.
Okay, so you're gonna have to break this down for me. So what are you saying about Tyler Perry? I mean, he's dresses up like a woman, okay.
Okay, well, the
His
dressing up like a
character.
woman.
Yes, that's a character.
Getting into the whole gossip thing, you know, and like, okay, what's going on with C's and being involved in that. Some men weren't involved with. We didn't care about those type of guys. We like, yeah, with the bitch, shut the fuck up. You know?
I think it's an agenda.
Oh, it is an agenda.
Especially
And
with
so-
the black man. I think.
With the black man.
You
for sure.
and then on all the radio shows and the entertainment shows, you always had the Tyler Perry character. And all the shows at that time. And then Tyler Perry was the only movie for black people for like 5 fucking years. You know, and so you kind of just, and then you look on the fucking billboards and you see the fucking feminine chicks and shit. I'm not like, what the fuck am I seeing? And so,
Mike, express yourself.
and so you saw that everywhere.
Tell us how you really feel.
I just saw it everywhere. And so men started to say, hey, you know what? I can get more in the entertainment business. I might pick up a job on the side if I can behave like fucking this.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree because I don't think men are setting out to be effeminate. I think it's just in your nature to be that way if you are that way. If a guy got it in his blood, that little bitch swimming around in there.
I think you guys are talking about two different things, though. Like, yeah, if you're gonna do some suspect stuff, yes, that's probably already. But there's, like, even if the clothing, like, we don't provide the clothes that go to the store, but there's a lot of, like, they're trying to make, man purse, man dress, man, what's some shoes? Uggs, man.
What was his name?
Thugnificent.
That's Gangstalicious.
Oh, yeah.
The skirt.
And that's what.
hide your gun.
And there's a lot of that going on to, like, demasculate men.
Emasculate men.
Westbrook wearing that pleated skirt.
Yeah,
out
Westbrook.
public.
Westbrook.
I ain't never wearing
Oh, for
all
sure.
that shit.
Metro.
Yeah. Oh, that's the word.
I wouldn't
Metro
even call
section.
that is
Metro
not
section.
Metro. Metro
What?
is a dude with a man bag, okay.
Like Russell.
A purse. Russell had a full-fledged Catholic school girl outfit on. He had on a literal dress.
And then it's like being involved in your appearance. Like I wanna like there was a whole Metro thing where motherfuckers like I gotta have my nails done, I gotta have my hair
that's more
perfect,
Metro.
I gotta have my shoes
Man,
tight.
I don't think
Like
there's
it was
nothing
like
wrong
this
with
whole. I didn't say anything wrong with that, but that went a step further.
Yeah.
And so it was a Metro thing. It's like I want to keep myself groomed. I want to look good. To like now, that is I'm preoccupied with my appearance.
Yeah. Men's
I'm
makeup.
But the more said that a
with
woman
how
would be.
other people think of me.
Yeah.
I'm preoccupied with what this bitch and what this nigga is saying. That's something that men weren't really
And I-
tripping with.
I think that when they get to be that, they're on the other side.
Oh,
They're
of course
doing,
they
yeah,
are.
they're for sure.
They on the low or the
Yeah.
high?
Well,
Yeah, but
Okay, is it true? Now, do men who are on the low have a 10-year lifespan?
Oh, I know.
Oh,
where you're going
wow, I
with
never
this.
heard
Go with
this.
the
I never
items.
heard
You
this.
tell us,
I
okay?
never heard this.
I hear and please.
I knew it was coming. That's why I call him my
I know where this is
He's one of
going.
the people that just have random
A
information.
gay
for
person,
you.
could you please let me know? I'm not gay, but I'm around gay people and I hear this. I hear the person who's taken the penetration has a 10-year life cycle
Wow.
where they have to wear
I have
diapers.
never
I
heard
don't know.
this.
No, I'm
Okay,
confused.
okay.
I've
No,
never,
can I
I've
ask-
never heard
Wait, I'm
this.
sorry. As a heterosexual man, can
Yeah.
I ask that question?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, am I
Somebody
being like
please answer this
anti-heterosexual by asking?
Are you
is
gay
there a-
bashing if you ask that question?
Yeah, just like Kanye, he just brought the word Jews. He's
I'm gonna have
anti-Semitic.
to bring a gay person
oh, that's funny.
on the show so you can ask them.
When you said 10-year span, I didn't know what you meant. And
Mike
then
wants
that,
to see.
Like that's it.
He
10
If
years.
you're not a gay dead.
Where did you
that
get
was
this
the
from,
case.
Michael?
Yeah, where'd you get your ology?
and why is it only 10 years? Not 11.
That's what the
Because
Carfax says on the ass.
the muscle
Uh-huh.
is actually not as stringent. It's not focused. You're losing the
Why you
capacity to
rubbing your
control the
hands
muscle.
So after 10 years, it gets control again?
No, you lose
has like
control. That's why you have to
After
have
10
diapers.
years.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay. That
And
makes
so
more sense.
now, I'm wondering, does that make a
Why?
difference as the person who's the picture?
Why do you wonder?
oh God.
See,
They
okay.
have
I thought you meant he died.
That's what I thought.
No.
You said
That's
10 years.
what I thought. I was like, well, oh God, he's dead in 10 years.
I want to know.
One at a time.
Is the man's lifespan like? Can
That's
you
why.
only take
That
the
sounds
penetration for 10 years?
Oh,
That's why you're saying
okay.
Go back
lifespan.
to our topic
Yeah.
today.
But lifespan
what does
means-
that have to do with women's aggressiveness? Is the man's penetration?
Because more men are like, okay, I can behave like this and receive rewards. And now seeking rewards in this
Give me
reality,
the camera.
meaning
While you talking.
like
Listen, I don't care how aggressive women
no,
get.
men are seeking rewards to be similar to Tyler Perry. And so I'm gonna give you an example. This happened this week. Can I give you an example?
Please, we
Okay.
want to hear this story.
So, I'm on the phone with a client, and we're talking about business. He said, I got a sidebar. There's this fine-ass woman. She's like 6'10", model. And she's getting in the Uber, and she's putting in the luggage. And he's in the car on his phone, and the Uber driver's in the car too. Like, where are the men to even pick up the luggage to put in the
Absolutely.
fucking car?
Absolutely.
That's why
that's
she's
a problem.
sexually aggressive.
Wait, I just
And
did
that's
that
happening. That is happening.
yesterday. So I was downtown. I'm parking. I know the girl, and it looks like her mom or aunt. They're getting into an Uber with some big luggage. So I ran over there real quick, and I just because the driver's not helping.
Such
Yeah,
a
the
gentleman
driver don't
and a
give a-
scholar.
I was like, and I'm looking at him like they paying you. You supposed-
Yeah.
If I'm driving if I see a woman, like if I see a couple, I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
But if I see two women, I'm gonna definitely help you with your bags. I'm gonna help you with your luggage. Like that's just.
And they
A lot of
wonder why
times
they
I don't
get
get
strong
in.
armed in the bedroom.
I don't-
They help me with my luggage, so
Right.
take your dick
That
to
part.
them.
It's not even
No.
that you need it. I'm just gonna offer it. Or I'm gonna grab the bag and put it in.
That's
You're
a
gonna
big
be
problem
mad.
too with Ubering too. A lot of times I don't get in. I'm looking at them like, are you going to get out of the car and help me put
But
this
see,
down?
that's up to women to be women and let a
Yes,
man help
absolutely.
you. If you do the
Yeah.
damsel thing and
Yes,
let them pick
yes,
it
and
up, it's
have
okay.
have
What
some of
happened
that
first, the
feminine
chicken or
energy.
the egg? Was it the women who said, I'm going to pick up the luggage, or were the
Francisco
men
Cameron.
not picking up the luggage? Not being there, not
I don't
providing
know.
that security,
Yeah,
not
right.
saying I got this for you.
Right.
Check it out. Don't worry about
Yeah.
this. I don't want you to worry about
Yeah.
this little shit. I want you to focus on your manifestation. I want you to focus on your intuition. Don't worry about this little shit. I got this.
Come on, Namaste. I see you.
I think a lot of women too, when they say I got, not to just like if a woman tells me I got this, I'm like okay, I'm still gonna do it. But it does, it kind of like, it bleeds over to like the next generation, and they just get, I don't want to say softer, they just start doing less
Right.
for
And
women.
Yeah,
I agree with a lot of Steve Harvey's book on
Act like a man.
Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman, Act Like a Man, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
I don't agree, because I read the book, and I don't agree with a lot, but I do agree with one thing he was saying about women, and this is why we have changed roles, because we're not letting men be men.
Yeah,
I agree.
We're not letting them open the door for us. We're not demanding that they open the door for us. We're, but I can see if you're in a hurry, yeah, sure, but it should be a habit. Like my son won't let me get in the car without opening the door for me, and he's 36. But it's been that way since he was a kid, because that's how I raised him.
But that's there
you
you go.
pump gas, I don't.
That's right.
As soon as his ass can reach the pump, we gonna learn how to work this. Because I had a date one time, and this is when I said to myself, if I ever have a son, this will never happen again. We pulled up to the gas station, and that nigga laid back in the chair.
Ooh.
And I went like this.
Were you driving?
Yeah, I was driving.
That's
I
why you
looked
did
at him.
it.
Wait.
I wouldn't care who's driving.
But I looked at him, and I
Right,
said,
that part.
you gonna pump? And he was like, pump what? He's like, I ain't never pumped gas.
Well, you gonna learn today.
See, but that, and then
That
gonna
was
learn
the first
today.
and last day we had.
a lot
Yeah,
of
no. And when I go out on a date, I
That's his
just
mother.
I let him open my door, and I don't get out of the car till he open it.
and
then he may look at me crazy, and then I'm like,
a lot, and I'm not putting this all on women, but sometimes when
You gonna
I
open
see
this
a
door
lot when
today.
the single mothers raising sons,
Yeah.
they well, his dad's not here, so I got to. No, you don't. You're raising a man. He's going to become a man.
Well, you're trying to
and they
raise
try
a
to
man.
do everything for him, and I go, he's not going to meet a woman who's going to want to do
But see,
everything.
the kind of woman he's gonna meet is gonna be that aggressive female that runs his little ass because he's looking for somebody to replace his mom.
But then you mad at him. Like, I always tell girls that do that, I go, would you date him? Like, not your son, obviously, but if I came into your life and I didn't know how to do nothing,
right?
Because my mama did everything. Would you want to date me then? No,
Right.
I have nothing to bring to you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
stop taking this away from him.
He said I was going through something with my ex at the time, and my son, he's grown at the time, and he said, "Mom, you raised the alpha male. Why would you date anything less? Less."
Yeah.
He
There you
checked
go.
me viciously,
Boom.
and I'm like, "Damn, this little motherfucker."
That's right.
And he's right, because I didn't coddle his ass. I didn't. I wasn't strict to the point where I was beating him, but no, you're not about to do certain things. It's not going down.
So let's take the combination of being coddled by single black women, and also let's
That's
take
right.
the images of what we saw with Tyler Perry, and acting more feminine and receiving awards through society. Like, women received awards when they start to become less clothes.
Oh,
when they start to wear less clothes, then the illusion, you can get in the game.
Women want to be porn stars.
Yeah,
walking around the streets right now.
exactly.
I should be able to walk around however I want, and you shouldn't say or do anything to me.
There's double standards.
Like, a friend of mine told me, I told her daughter is twerking on Instagram.
Uh-oh.
That's not something I want to see, is my little baby twerking on Instagram.
right.
Even though she grown and stuff. That's just this generation. That's how they are. Fuck that. We got to tell them, stop parading your body around, because there is a fucking pervert trafficker scrolling through Instagram going, this one,
Yep.
that one.
I used to have that conversation with my daughter. She, how they want to make the duck lips and all these things, and growing up, my husband and I, we talked to her about that. We said, do you know how many predators are out there looking for young,
waiting,
and here's the crazy
innocent,
thing.
naive
the predators
girls?
don't even look like predators all the time. They could be someone who comes to you nicely, or that, but they come to you.
Well, she may
they
be
don't come
pulling
to you
them in.
like dangerous. They come safe.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you in this whole crazy
Let me
situation.
tell y'all a story about an aggressive young lady. She's disrespectful towards her mother, single parent. She lived with her daddy, who was disrespectful to him and his wife, so she'd go back and forth, 17 years old, dressing like a hoe, because her mama think it's cool, because that's how that generation is. No, it's not cool to sit there and just pull your fake hair all day, put your fake eyelashes on your lips. And yes, I am from another generation, but this is what's going on. She meets a bitch on Instagram, another little hoe. Come hang out with us, girl. We going here, we going there. Thirst trap went. Guess what happened? They kidnapped her, tied her to a bed in some motel. She was missing for about a week.
Wow.
The other girl that was kidnapped with her was younger than her, a 13-year-old white girl. The police caught them because of the 13-year-old white girl.
Of course they did.
And that's how she got away. Thank God she got away.
Yeah. It's a lot
But
of trafficking.
that was a lesson right there. Instagram is dangerous for your daughters and your sons.
Yeah.
Because they'll fuck your son too.
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
When they say, don't teach the little girls not to do this, tell the boy, I do tell them not to do that. But you also, why would you want to put yourself in a bad situation? That's what I always tell them.
But they don't know it's a bad situation.
Because I should be free to do. We should. I should be able to walk down the street doing cartwheels naked, but I can't. It's just not safe.
A lot, but I can't.
Like Dave Chappelle said, if I dress up like a police officer and I'm walking down the street and you in trouble, you're like, Mr. Police, I'm like, whoa.
Right. Just because I'm dressed like a police doesn't mean I'm an
That's
actual.
true. Like, I'm not saying you gotta be turtlenecked from head to toe, but
Yeah, just
they
be
be
a little
naked.
classy about it. There's nothing wrong
They
with
be
being
naked.
sexy because I'm a sexy fat bitch. Look at this show.
Okay, but
Look at
also,
the show.
Donnie, you have this too. They're getting the approval a lot from men
Because they like, oh yeah, work
on social media.
Right.
Once again, the Voyager.
Numbers. Let me get this big booty. I'm getting likes.
But
I'm
we
getting.
also tell y'all not to do that. Y'all do that.
Do they?
Girls.
Do the majority of men tell
most
them
men
not to
I
do
know
that?
Don't like that fake stuff. A lot of women will tell you, I don't do this for you.
I
Do it for the guy.
But they do
No,
it
they do it
themselves.
for other women.
There you go.
Because we want to be like, look, bitch.
Yes, when a girl walks in,
Check
she
out
wants
my
all the
hair.
other girls to go, I'm bad. Because I'll
I'm
tell
the
them,
baddest bitch.
that's it. And I'm like, but I told you what dress I like you to wear. You asked me, so I told you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it doesn't.
make
care
your
about
man
you.
happy. And see, this is what we need to decide. Are you with the world or are you with your boo? Because this is how I gauge my relationships. Especially at my age, because I'm not getting younger. If I'm not going to clean up or help you throw up or wipe your face, or if you get sick and not take care of you, I don't need to fucking be with you. Do I care enough about you to help you when you sick is what I ask myself.
Well,
When I get in relationships. Especially once you've been going through something with somebody, or if I feel like you're up against the wall, would I take care of this nigga if he got ill?
better for worse, sickness and an ill.
Hell, do I
Death do us
want
part.
to be there for him? Because that's how we should look at relationships.
Yeah.
But
I
that is a
agree.
relationship.
I totally
I
agree
say
on
the
that.
same thing for women. You know, like I want the best out of the relationship, and in order to get the best out of a woman, you gotta provide that security. You gotta make them feel safe.
Safe.
You gotta
Safe
take
and
that
protected.
worry out of their equation, because right now women have more anxiety and worry, I think, more than men because of the situation.
Yeah.
They got so many things at them that you like, God, how am I gonna fuck this bitch right when she thinking about the fucking all this fucking world
It's
breaking
true.
down?
And it's
That's
just
true.
like you don't like Tyler Perry, but in one of his movies, he broke that shit down when Homegirl, A Diary of a Mad Black Woman, when Kimberly Elise was fucking her husband up.
Yeah, she got back.
She was so vindictive
Yeah, she
and
got
tired of being hurt.
Yeah.
She didn't have to do the shit.
Yeah, but
she
she
came all the fuck away from cross town to go torture this nigga.
What'd she do to her?
She
he had
tortured
a
him.
car accident.
She
threw
tortured
him
him.
in the tub, left
Oh,
him
that
there
one. I
3 days.
remember
Yeah.
when she was eating, talking about you
Yeah.
hungry. He was crying.
Yeah.
So
You remember
better
real
watch
well,
it.
didn't you?
Yeah.
You best to watch it, nigga. What you
Right.
doing
That
out
wasn't
there?
funny
Yeah.
to me.
It wasn't funny, but that's
You know
why
why
I'm
it was
making
funny?
the point. It
Because
wasn't funny.
I be on social media and I see so much of that stuff, and I'll laugh, but I go, it's so sad. Like I seen,
Yeah.
it be jokes, but you know, all jokes don't be just jokes.
Oh, all jokes have a truth.
So
Jokes
so
aside.
many girls will be like, "Oh, he blocked me, so I became the UPS to drop off packages to his house so I can see what he's doing," or I became this so I can. And I'm like, that's like. Something,
Just how
why
you
would
were
you
in
want to be with
cameras
someone
today.
who don't want to be with you?
Right.
That you're changing your life Because I'm like, I get it's a joke, but there's so many women that do this, or probably dudes too. I don't know. But
People.
yes,
There's stalkers out there.
We gotta stop genderizing behavior.
I just say women because that's who all I deal with.
Yeah,
So-
of course. But we see the same punk ass behavior in men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Like I
men,
said, they got
that's
a
the
little bitch in
problem.
their bloodstream.
Yeah.
That's the problem. When you've been catered to, when
Yep.
you've been taken care of by your mama, and now you're
Or
a grown.
not taken care of by your mama.
Well, there's
Because
a.
that
Yeah.
causes a whole other kind of nigga.
Yeah.
When they ain't got their
But-
mama or daddy, or they got a mama and their daddy's half-ass there or absent, say your mother's a drug addict. You raising your damn self. So how
And
can
they
you
look-
relate to a woman if you had to raise yourself?
Well, they're looking for another woman to raise them.
Or a woman to deal with whatever their issues are
Yeah.
from their mama not
They're
being
looking for
shit.
the love that they didn't get from their mother in another woman.
Yes.
And the vice versa is going for women that are looking for the love
For that they
in
didn't
the man
get-
that they didn't
Get from their
daddy.
father. Exactly.
You
No,
know,
that's,
and
that's
now
fact.
you're setting
So put on
yourself
some
up.
motherfucking clothes.
But no, it's true. Like my little cousins, they're like a lot younger than me. And when they got of age, my cousin was like, Deshaun, I want each one when they get of age, because there's two twins, and then take them on a date so they know how to go on dates.
That's a great idea.
And
That's
I
a
was
great
like,
idea.
Bet. And all three of them, we went on like our personal dates, not to get like so they can see. I'm like, this is the date night.
That's dope.
And
That's
I said,
this
don't
dope.
let nobody do this or do that. Like if he doesn't do these things, why are you talking to him?
Exactly.
That's a great
My
example. I like
daddy
that.
worked for
I
the
like
music industry. You know, he was a payola nigga. He worked in the industry. My dad was that tall nigga that you was gonna play that record, okay? And he was straight to the point. And he's half Jamaican, so my culture's a little different. My mom's Americanized, but my dad just straight out told me everybody gonna wanna fuck because you got a body. Straight out. He was like, don't let these niggas use you. Because I had some boy, I was like, I just want to go over there. It's my friend, brother. He's going to come pick me. He's like, no, the fuck he ain't.
Yeah.
Picking you up. The nigga got a car, too. He's going to try to fuck you.
Yeah.
I was in 11th grade, like, Dad, you tripping. Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, you ain't going nowhere, though.
I might be tripping, but you staying in his
Yeah,
house.
because he knew what time it was, because I had been giggling, talking to this nigga on the phone late, and my dad was like, get her
We
ready
know
for
what
the
them
kill.
giggles. We know what
He
them
just
giggles
stopped
are
all that
about.
shit. He
But
told me he's
she
trying
just
to fuck
waited
you.
for the time when he was at work.
Yeah.
You had those little isolated moments.
Wasn't none of that.
But I will say this: it was a little bit harder then, like you said, on the phone. We had to talk on the home phone, all this
Yeah,
stuff.
Landline.
Look the other end and say, get off the phone.
Get off the phone.
That's
any minute.
What you doing on the phone this late?
Exactly.
They don't have to do that now.
No.
They got
Oh, it's so,
They
yeah.
under the covers with their phone.
Yep, they straight.
Yeah, no.
connect.
5-year-olds have phones.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
What
and
the
that's
hell?
the
Yeah.
problem.
It is. That is a problem.
Yo, I would love
And they
to
don't go
continue
outside.
This conversation.
Oh, we're done?
It's been an hour.
Dang,
I
yeah.
don't know what.
Damn, that shit was.
That shit was
That was
fire.
fast. Yeah.
Yes, right? Yeah, so we're going to continue these talks. Next week, we're not talking about love and sex, though. We're going to be talking about some funny shit again. You know
Can we
what I mean?
talk about the
This
10-year
is-
life cycle?
No.
No, that is not funny.
I'm saying life.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
thinking they're dying. That's what,
Right,
that's what.
That's what I thought.
When he says life cycle,
Yeah, that's a whole.
you can say the booty cycle or something, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
elasticity.
ask my panel what they got going on in their life. Deshaun Ross, tell us about it. What shows you got going?
I got Flappers coming up in Burbank, Vegas next week.
Nice.
Man, I don't know. Just listen. If you on social media, my YouTube is Deshaun Ross. I got hacked, so my Instagram is I am Deshaun Ross. It's DSEAN
Yeah,
Ross.
it's spelled
And
right
everything
there for
else
y'all.
is Deshaun Ross comedy. But I do post, except for TikTok, because they keep taking my videos down.
Oh.
So now I'm gonna do it.
Why?
I don't cuss. I don't even say.
Oh, TikTok doesn't let you cuss.
I don't cuss.
No, but he doesn't cuss.
I don't cuss.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even.
never cussed on stage. The only word I ever heard you say was nigga.
And I stopped saying that. Ever since I went
I'm
on the
never
road.
gonna stop nigga.
No, when I started working with Lonnie Love, I stopped saying it.
Oh yeah, because you were dealing with white audiences.
Yeah, and I don't want them to repeat the joke back to me and say it, and I have to
Yeah.
punch them in the face. So I just
So
stopped
why
saying
do
it.
you think you're being?
I only have like 2,000 followers on there, and I mean I got one today got taken. It got muted,
wow.
not taken down. So now I'm just gonna
It
do
must
this.
be the subject
You
matter.
know, I think comedians are under attack right now, honestly, because they're suppressing our YouTube, suppressing our TikTok.
everything.
We're getting hacked on Instagram once we post. Because I didn't get hacked until I posted a picture about that arm thing they was doing to everybody. You know, that arm thing.
Yeah.
Making everybody take that juice, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get in no trouble until I posted something about one of those juices.
And they said that's the wrong facts.
Next thing I know, I was hacked.
Fact
Why
checks.
don't you send us one
Fact
of your
checks.
Instagram clips and we'll put it on ours? I mean, TikTok kicks, and we'll put it on ours and see what happens.
You know, one time I got banned for bullying. I was talking about me. I played two different characters. Like I had braids and afro, so you still know it's me. They said I was bullying. I was like, well, I didn't feel bullied.
They've been doing that.
I got banned for nudity.
Stuff I said.
I was doing me. So it's me. I dove into the pool. Of course, I don't have no shirt on. But I had on nudity. I said, dude, I've seen women with their whole boobs out. I've seen raw.
What about okay, there's a bitch twerking right now on Instagram. There's a man slapping your ass. I sent it around on Instagram with baby powder on the bitch.
Yeah,
y'all saw and he in a clown suit, but that's posted. Okay, Mikael, what you got going on in your life this week?
Well, OneStream.tv. The reason why OneStream was created is because we got all these interference. We got all these filters. We got all these social media contents. It's telling you what you can't do. See, they're very selective. I've been a victim of selection. Like, oh, your video's getting 1 million views. Oh, we got to slop you down. Your video can no longer be monetized. So they can determine who's going to be successful. That's why OneStream was created. Thank you.
Prado called Becky quick because Mike just took your second.
No, I didn't.
No, it's okay because I ain't got shit to do.
Okay, y'all. Tony Taylor.
Just see me here.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
here. I'm just here.
I'll be posting
Follow me.
some shows.
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Tony Taylor. It's Tony Taylor.
What do you do, Tony?
I DJ and I do stand-up comedy. There we go.
If you need a DJ, holler at Tony.
Holla.
DJ TNT.
That looks good, by the way.
Okay, and you guys, you can follow me. I do have some shows I'll be posting. I'm going to be hosting the Comedy Chateau again next month. Also, I got some other stuff going on. And my birthday is next week. It's November 8th, so you
that's
guys
coming
make sure
up.
you go out and vote on
That's
my
Tuesday.
birthday.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
Go out and vote on my birthday.
Or mail it in.
Yeah, I've
mail
already
it in.
mailed mine in because I'll be on the cruise that week. But the last time I voted on my birthday, it was Donald Trump that won presidency. He kind of ruined my 50th birthday, so I'm hoping y'all get out there and keep the governors in that we like and get rid of the ones you don't and all that good stuff. All right, y'all. We'll see
That was
you next week.
2016.
Yeah, we'll see you next week on DK's Way.
That's right.